Hello, welcome to another sunny day in Great Britain. Do you know? I before you arrived here, I was watching. I was just doom. Is that what they call it? Doom scrolling.
Yeah, doom scrolling.
We're just looking at shite and
Just flicking through your bank account.
yeah. There was on GB News this morning. Some guys getting interviewed about Angela Rayner's proposals to increase taxes, and big fucking stupid Evan Holmes falls off his chair.
Oh, I'd love that.
Like he proper crashes, and all you hear is him in the background going, I'm okay, and I'm like, you stupid fat cunt.
That was such a weird one. I remember Eamon Holmes back in the day. It's very bizarre that he went completely...
He's become a right bell-end Evan Holmes.
Hasn't he? Like, he's just proper leaned into it.
Yeah. I met him once. Well, no, I didn't meet him.
He met me.
He met me. Yeah. He's not. He wasn't stuck inside. I was stuck inside with him. There was I don't know if I've told. Have I told this story in this podcast about when I was over on holiday in Portugal, and I was going over to do a gig for Joe Rooney in Dubai.
All right.
And I got
Garrigan's?
I got to I got to the airport. And I didn't have enough time left on my passport. So, like, I flew from Faro up to Lisbon, and then the flight was from Lisbon to Dubai.
Okay, right.
Right? And so I was leaving a family holiday, so already shit wasn't great.
Yeah.
And I was going to fly to Dubai, spend a night in Dubai, and then fly straight back again. And then I got all the way to the gate, and was just about to get on the plane. And somebody stopped me and said, "No, you don't. You've got less than 6 months left on your passport, so you need more than that in case they think you're gonna fucking skip town and just stay in Dubai." And I didn't. At that point, I didn't know anything about this, so I started kicking off. I'd had a couple of drinks, and I started kicking off and like going, "Why the fuck was I allowed to check in? Why was I allowed to buy the flight? Why was I allowed to do so much of this and enter my passport so many times?" And just as I'm about to step on a plane, someone stops me.
In fairness.
So, and they were like, "Well, it is your responsibility." I checked; it was my responsibility. But
Is this that one where they've written down somewhere it's your responsibility?
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, that doesn't mean it's not yours.
yeah.
Do you know, like, just because I wrote that, it's like they put out a disclaimer somewhere. I'm like, really, you should immediately flag it when you're...
It's like, and most people don't realise, most people wouldn't check that kind of shit, particularly if they didn't really know much about it.
Yeah.
So I ended up, long story short, I ended up not getting to Dubai, having to phone Joe Rooney, tell him, explain it, him yelling at me down the phone. They flew Chris Forbes out. But I had to get back to the family holiday, so I spent an entire day just doing, so I was like, I don't know how the fuck I'm getting back. There's no flights left from Lisbon to Faro by this point, so I had to get a train all the way back. And I ended up drinking in the restaurant car of the train with a Portuguese guy, and he didn't speak any English and I didn't speak any Portuguese. And I swear to God, for an hour and a half we just yelled football players we knew from each other's countries. Yeah,
I feel like you've told me that part before.
Yeah, that was funny. My point was, the day when I was away on holiday, my family went to a beach bar and Eamon Holmes was there.
Bouncing.
And they said he was just as much of a mess as he is now.
Oh, God. Falling off the deck chairs. That'd be great if that was just a running thing you didn't know about Eamon Holmes, that he can't sit on chairs for more than 3 minutes or else he goes fucking through the thing.
Have you seen pictures of him now? He's like a fucking Bond villain.
Yeah.
He cuts about in like a mobility scooter, like a big... he cuts about in this tiny wee wheelchair kind of thing, but he's got like a wife that's about 20 years his junior.
Oh, God.
That's clearly waiting for the last grasp of his life to pit her out.
But sure, like, he's hardly loaded enough to be...
I think he'll be fair. I think he must be.
But you wouldn't think he'd be loaded enough to, like I don't know. If I was to be sucking off Eamon Holmes a load, I'd be like, this cunt needs to be a billionaire.
No, I agree.
I
agree. But I don't think she's into the bloated corpse look that he's currently rocking.
Yeah, no, I would say not.
And it reminded me, have you ever seen that clip of Bobby Davro?
No.
When so it's like, there's like Lionel, so it's like proper classic fucking British entertainer. It's this cabaret type show. It's on TV. And they've got Lionel Blair Bobby Davro, and Keith Chegwin.
Okay, right. I don't know the first guy, but
Lionel Blair, fucking one of Britain's all-round great entertainers, tap dancer,
right,
game show host.
Fred Astaire.
Basically, the British Fred Astaire.
No, I don't know.
So he was. So they're doing all this shit. Blair's fucking tap dancing in the corner. Chegwin's doing some nonsense, getting his tiny cock out or something, right? But for some reason, the skit that they've got going is Davro's in these stocks.
Yeah.
Like medieval stocks that they throw fruit at someone.
Yeah,
so he's in these wooden stocks on a stage. And whatever happens, the thing stumbles forward and he fucking plants it right on the ground. But there's nothing to stop his face going straight into this solid studio floor. Right? And then Chegwin goes, "Oh, Bobby! Oh, no, Bobby!" It's so fucking funny.
I mean, yeah.
If you get a chance, it's on YouTube. Just type in "Oh, Bobby" and it will come up.
Great. Oh, Bobby. Do you know, a great fall is hard to beat.
Oh.
My current one is, have you seen the midget on the skateboard going down the massive, like, hill? Like it's like looks like he's going down that fucking thing in San Francisco. That
yeah.
Basically, he's full pelt and he's giving it loads. He's got a mullet and shit, and then he just fucking like catches the skateboard, and I mean he bounces like on his head the whole way. It's very funny. I'll send it to you.
That's amazing.
My favorite follow is that comedian at the Laugh Factory, and was it San Francisco?
I don't think I've seen that either.
When the guy is like, he's dying. There's clearly nobody in the crowd in the big Laugh Factory, and he's getting nothing, and he's walking along the edge of the thing. He tries to get a little bit closer to him. He's like, I know what you San Francisco girls are like. You're pretty freaky. And he just fucking collapses, and you can hear him hit everything, and you can just hear like one person in the crowd going, "Oh." You can hear like the movement around on the floor. That's possibly the funniest fall I've ever seen of anything. Amazing. It's even funnier that he's dying and not doing well, and then just fucking.
The Madonna fall at the Brits was good. Do you remember that one where like
yes.
Was it like one of her dancers stepped on whatever cape she was wearing?
That's right.
But it proper fucking yanks her back like that. It's like the recoil of a gun. She's just like
Was it Jason Derulo? Was he the other one? Fell down the mat, the whole staircase.
Did he?
Yeah. It's like I think it's Jason Derulo. Yeah. It's like there's always a picture of him, like basically like arse overhead going down the red carpet of all places. The only staircase to not fall down is the one where there's thousands of people taking pictures.
I don't think it wasn't this podcast. It was the old podcast I used to do, the music one, where I spent a good while talking about how massive Jason Derulo's cock is.
What?
It's fucking huge.
Whomper.
Like it's genuine, like unbelievable, like yours times 3.
Jason Derulo. That's why he's so cocky and says his own name before stuff?
Yeah, I'd say my own fucking. I'd be.
Imagine you start. Well, you're not saying hi. I'm Mark Nelson.
No,
like, Mark Nelson.
What was
you? You cunt.
You've got an LA story. You
sweet.
About.
I completely forgot about this last week. I even wrote notes. Why I was doing it? I was clearing out my joke notes, and I just written like it was all like indecipherable, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It was me in the taxi trying to type it as it went. So me and fucking Jack would even be a funnier person to tell us. So me and Jack Trainer getting in a taxi we're going from Hollywood out to North Hollywood or whatever, right? And we get in this taxi, right, and we had both taken edibles and we're flying. So we're sitting in the taxi, kind of like you're like, all right. It's fine out in LA, but we're not used to it too much in public. You don't want to be like absolutely like this.
Yeah.
And you're like, please don't have anything happen. Just everything be quiet. Or like, and we'll get home. So me and Jack in the thing, like half giggling to ourselves in the back, right? And this guy picks us up. His name's Hargayev, right? And he's from Armenia, because he tells me in a minute, right? But anyway. So he's quite quiet for this is only like this is all, what I'm about to tell you all happened, I would say, in about a 6 minute
right,
like 6-7 minutes. This all happened in 6 or 7 minutes, right? First 5 minutes though, before those 7 minutes, nothing, just regular taxi, right? Next thing the phone rings and we're chatting there, giggling and stuff, and he turns around. No need to turn around, but he turns around and goes, my wife's calling. Can I answer the phone?
My wife.
She goes, she will kill me. She will kill me. And I was like, oh, all right. Like, he just answers the phone, and before he even says anything, it's just this woman, don't know the language, just fucking...
Armenian I'd go for.
Yeah, Armenian. Is that a language? That's what I'm wondering.
I'll find out. You tell us.
That's why I don't know. So he just starts fucking, like, immediately just starts berating him. Like, I don't know what the language is. He doesn't get a word in, right? And then the fucking, about a few minutes go past, the phone hangs up, and he just turns around and goes, love, right? So me and Jack are like this, right? We're starting to giggle, like, what the fuck is this about, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, he just starts going like, look, I can't remember what kicked it off, but it was like someone taking a piss or something. And
Armenian is a language.
It is. There you go. He's speaking Armenian then, probably. And right, so he just starts going, I don't really know, because we can't really figure out what he's saying half the time. He's one of those guys that keeps talking, but half the thing it's like it's in riddles, or you'd be sitting there and you're like trying to catch it, and he goes, and don't use a kettle, it takes up electricity. And I'm like, what?
Does he have the Borat accent?
Kind of, yeah, right. So a little bit, right? Might be hamming it up a bit, but definitely, yeah. So we're giggling at this thing, right? And then he just starts talking about, I don't know how he gets onto it, but there's this, someone says the word piss, and he goes, it's like a piss, like Pisano, like a Pisano. Yeah, and Jack goes, it sounds like a pizza. He goes, it sounds like a pizza place. And for some reason, he finds this hilarious. He starts like fucking overly laughing his head off, right? And we're like, all right. And he's like, oh, that's so funny. So funny. It's like a pizza place. And Jack goes, there's a Pisano's in Glasgow. There's a Pisano's pizza place in Glasgow. And he goes, no, Mr. Jack. No. And Jack takes it up and puts it on Google Maps. He goes, look, Pisano's. And this guy fucking, like, we think he's going to crash the car. He's like screaming, laughing. We don't really know what's so funny, right? Oh, you crazy Scotland. And you drink in Scotland like the Irish. And he's like, oh, he's Irish. And he goes, and like, and you can see, like, he's on the lane and he's like jerking the car back onto the lane when he looks up. And we were sitting there like dying laughing at this guy, right? Then the next thing he goes, oh, you want to see the professor? You want to go see the professor? I have a picture of the professor. And we're like, what the fuck is I thought he was going to take a picture of Arsene Wenger, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll show you the professor. I show you the professor. He just takes out his phone, again, swerving a half off the road. And he takes out a picture of his dog with a pair of glasses on. Right? So he showed us a picture of his dog with a pair of glasses. Me and Jack are like, what the fuck? Jack fucking hits an absolute banger, right? This is the only time he wasn't serious and laughing. Jack goes, oh, is it a lab? And the guy just goes, no, it's not a lab.
Oh,
I'm sitting giggling. It's even funnier that the one thing, he laughs at everything, and then
it's not a joke. The one
really,
belter.
The one absolute belter. He goes, no, it's not a lab. No, it's not a lab, mister. Not lab. It's not a lab, Mr. Jack, right? So next thing we pull up at lights. This is like right after. He goes, we pull up at lights. He goes, you like French? You like French? And I go, what do you mean? And he just pulls up a full clipboard with French. And he starts going, je t'aime, Lule, où est la bibliothèque? And we were like, what the fuck? He's just got a full blue clipboard of just sheets written of French phrases. And he just starts reading this French, right? So, like, we're just like, oh, my fucking God. Like, we're losing it at the back. It doesn't really make any sense, any of it. So we pull up at this light, right? We pull up at the red lights. Fucking cars left, right? Big, massive thing, right? And we just hear, like, these little fart noises, like, right? Like, and we're paranoid because we're so high. And I'm like, oh, my God, we have to pay like, a soiling charge. That's not me. And Jack looks at me and I look at him, right? And then we look over and it's a guy in the other car. We all have our windows down and he's got one of those little...
A machine?
Like a little... It sounds like it's in our car.
Right. Oh, like no
he's
way.
pointing it, like, going like this. And the guy goes, oh... The guy driving the car starts going, oh, little fart. Little fart. And he looks over and he sees the guy doing it. And he goes, oh... He notices the guy's giggling himself to this younger dude with the thing in the car. And then he just starts going... He just, like, proper, like, starts doing, like... Comically starts looking and going like this. P-U... P-U. It's an absolute fucking disaster. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I've written out the thing. And then he drops this off and he goes, thank you, lovely. And we got off and we're like, what the fuck was that? I was like, all in a 6-minute PU thing. The professor, his wife calling him a cunt, Pisano's in Glasgow.
I would have tipped him the fare again.
Jack did give him the maximum tip on the thing. Like Jack, it was a Jack Super, and Jack was like, Jack goes, I give him 5 stars, and the maximum tip was like $17.
Yeah,
mental.
I'd have been like, here's a maximum tip on the app, and also here's cash in hand. Horgadiev.
Horgayev from fucking hell. Me and Jack were in the car. We didn't know what to do. The professor.
See,
I'll show you the professor.
This should be an anti-reform statement. This should be a broadcast for anti-reform parties. Without immigration, you'd never get that kind of story. No miserable fucking Edinburgh or Glasgow taxi drivers giving you that amount of banter.
No, not at all. The last one, me and the Sloss were in a taxi yesterday, and the dude just talked about the smell of fish in some certain part of Edinburgh. He just kept going on about the certain thing, and then he was like, and he was giving out about cyclists, which in fairness we all jumped in on because it was pretty funny to rag on, and people get real upset about cyclists, you know.
Oh, the Nazis of the road.
Jeremy Vine.
Oh God.
That clip, wasn't it?
Yeah, if you've not seen that as well, loads of clips we've given you today.
Yeah.
There is a clip of Jeremy Vine on his TV show on Channel 5 where he's not come off Twitter. He's relentless on Twitter. He's very, very prolific on Twitter, Jeremy Vine, and a lot of it's cycling-based content.
Okay.
But I've never thought he helped. I used to do a routine about him, and he doesn't help himself because, I never really understood why. That, you know, when you see cycling clips, and they all look like that fucking weird cunt that used to chase the trains.
Oh yeah, Francis Bourgeois.
Yeah. But they've all got these bulbous heads. Yeah. And I couldn't understand why do they all have these. And I didn't realise the camera's the satellite. It's a satellite camera. Like, it's coming from above, I assume.
It's not. I thought it was just like a little GoPro facing your way or something.
But they can get it anywhere. Like, I don't think it's...
Oh, really?
For whatever reason, whatever camera Jeremy Vine's using, it's like a cycling camera that just... I don't know if it hovers or some shit that, right? But so that doesn't help the fact that he looks like this fucking twat. But the guy, he goes out and rides a penny farthing. Right? He owns a penny farthing. And he rides the and you're like, you cannot complain about you're riding an antique. Right, you're fucking Phileas Fogg right now. What that you can't give it out about people? Like, it doesn't matter what cycle lane you use. There's no cycle lane that is for a penny farthing, because when people rode them, all they had to do was avoid horses. It's not a modern form of transport. But there's a clip where he swears off complaining about cyclists.
Oh, it's so good.
Because he always used to, but he used to use really shite graphics as well.
Yeah.
So he'd be like here's an incident where a bus has gone into a cycle lane, right? And then a big massive cartoon letter would come up and go, uh-oh, and then there'd be like a flashing red light in the corner, and then he'd cut to like a photo of the bus driver, and then he'd zoom out the bus driver but put jail cell bars on him, and like real fucking standard animation, so that didn't help. And then so he read out all the tweets, some of the most disgusting tweets that he's been given, and oh my God, it's just the most Partridge thing.
Yeah.
Like,
some of it is mental.
Someone just starts, "I hope you die." Someone keeps going on about how every time he's going out, his wife's probably getting horsed by a car user.
That's the best. That was the funniest comment of them all.
Oh.
And and he kept reading them out. Like, he's like, look at these people, and everybody's just like dying laughing.
It's so funny.
Like, I cycle in towns and everything, but like I'm fully aware how many times I've nearly killed myself. Yeah. And people are beeping like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I know."
See, I wouldn't.
I know. Sorry, I really.
I would be one of these pricks that rides on the pavements, because I think I'd be, particularly in a city, I'd be too terrified to.
Certain parts of the city, I would definitely ride on the pavements. In certain parts, because I'm like, I'm just going to hurt other people. I'll just walk slowly.
Aye. Have you ever seen cyclists in London?
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking extreme sport. Like, they are weaving in and out, because I think I've never driven in London, and I never would drive in London. Yeah. Because I think it looks a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because you hardly move. And it just looks like there's people coming in and out all the time. It's like driving on that the roundabout of the Arc de Triomphe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
oh
that.
my God,
that
yeah.
fucking rumor that you can't. This is the only place in the world where car insurance isn't valid because there's so many crashes. Because there's no lanes and there's no
Yeah.
lane control, and people are just crossing whenever the fuck they want. So, cycling in London is such a dangerous thing that I would never
Fuck
attempt. I hit a cyclist in London, but with my me walking.
that. Oh
Right?
my God.
So I was down just doing a gig. It was like a Thursday night or something, and I'd done the gig, but then there was I can't even remember what game was it. Some European game. So I'd gone to watch the European game. I'd got off stage at like 8:30, so the game had just kind of started, and I was going and watching the game. So I came out, and I was a bit pissed, and it was an empty street, right? So I was crossing the road, but because cyclists aren't as big a deal here as they are down there, I wasn't even thinking to look for cyclists,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So I wandered straight across, and a cyclist just fucking mowed right into me, right? Now, I don't know if it was because I was pissed or just because I'm so hard, but he flew off his bike, and I didn't move. Like
my God,
it
you
must have been,
hellboyed it.
it must have been like hitting a brick wall.
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy was fucking furious at me, like yelling, lying on the ground, fucking yelling at me. But not obviously not going to do anything because he's just hit me with a bike and I've not moved.
yeah. Enough that he can get away with.
And I was a prick about it. I was like, I'm genuinely so like I helped him, but I'm so sorry.
Mm.
And then there's that thing of how raging can you be? See if someone's saying, it's like when you're driving, right, and you make a mistake. I think if you say sorry, that's it, mistake done. It was a mistake, right? I fucking hate when I've done something where I've not realised I've cut into a lane, or that someone's been in a blind spot or something, or I've pulled out too late for someone. I immediately say sorry. If they then keep continuing berating you and haranguing you, I think you're the prick now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apology. If you
Yeah.
people that do it and don't ever say anything, fucking keep haranguing them.
I over-apologise. You do that too.
Yeah. I'm so. I was apologising to this guy, but I think I'd gone over the apology stage because I think the fact that he'd launched himself off his bike it was fucking funny though.
Do you know? I apologised to the driver that hit me. You know, I hit down, but I was on the path and he ran me over, and I apologised.
Aye, that is a.
Yeah, then I walked back and I went, wait a minute.
Aye.
I just usually go, this is my fault.
Aye.
That's because they nearly all are.
Aye.
I nearly actually got hit today. I walked out in front of a car in a housing estate, 10 mile an hour job, but I walked earphones and went across the road and I went, whoop.
Oh, earphones are the worst.
And I went, whoop, stupid.
Earphones and electric cars.
Oh,
you will probably see a massive increase in
silent rapists of the road.
Oh.
Anyway.
What was it? I was going to... I can't remember. I thought I wrote down a thing I was going to tell you, but
oh, God, yeah. Well, I covered my Hargayev. I can't believe I nearly fucking forgot about Hargayev and the taxi.
Did I have anything? I can't even remember. No. I didn't faint this morning. I almost did. I'd got blood taken this morning. Right.
Oh, yeah, I've done this. Yeah.
So I went in.
I fainted doing that.
I don't mind. It was interesting. I was talking to the doctor about it, and he was like, "How are you by getting blood taken?" I was like, "I'm not good, right?" And he went, "Don't worry about it. Just hop up in the bed, right?" And I was like, "Thank God, thank you," because the chair would have been like the last time I got blood taken. I had the kids with me because they'd just come in from school, and they had to help me onto a chair because I'd just fucking...
I get it.
And it's not, because I was saying to him, and he was like, bizarre, he was like, I'm the same. And now, he might have been bullshitting me, he probably was, but it was a good bedside manner, right?
Okay, yeah.
And he was, I don't think he was telling me a story, right? I'm assuming patients they're not tied to the Hippocratic Oath.
What?
You know how doctors can't say anything
Yeah,
that patients have said or done. Or
Oh
anything
yeah,
like that.
right. Is that what
It's not-
Hippocratic oath is? What, just confidentiality? basically?
Confidentiality, so they couldn't say, "Oh, I had this patient today. You should have seen what he said," or "I had this patient today. You should have seen what was wrong with him." They can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not the other way around. Like I can talk about whatever the fuck my doctor did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say
right.
that's it. It's a mutual thing. I
Yeah,
don't think.
yeah. So he was saying like, yeah, and I was like, I don't get, like, 'cause when I got the vaccine and vaccinations and stuff, that's no bother, because it hurts more.
Just going in, just
It hurts more because it's a bigger needle, right? But it's going straight in the arm,
no. I get you. It's not that.
right?
Yeah.
And that's just like, you just kind of go, oh, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
sore for half a second, and that's it. There is something about the act of it going into a vein, like up the way, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate the cannulas.
Oh,
I hate them because I
It's-
hate the movement as well.
It-
You're like, I get it.
and it's not sore. It is literally a
No.
scratch. You could like see me pinching my arm like that just now. That's
Yeah.
10 times sorer than it ever was.
Yeah.
Right? But and do you know what made me, so today I was lying down and he's telling me this story and he's like, I'm the same, I'm fine with straight in the arm, no bother at all. He's like that. I hate getting blood taken. I hate like anything going into a vein. He's like, and he was like, I'll tell you a story actually. Now I knew he was doing it to keep me talking while he's doing it, but you still know, like, I could feel him fucking, because and I think the two worst bits for me are when they put the fucking what's it called, the tourniquet on
Yeah.
to pop up the veins, right?
Yeah.
That's the bit because I'm like, right, you're clearly preparing a big fat bastard vein now, right? I don't like that, and I don't like when they hold the wee bit of cotton wool on the hole afterwards, because I'm like,
And a
that's
little bit of tape.
there's blood seeping out me right now, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't like that, but he's telling me this story, and he was saying like, and he was he's a lovely guy. He's very graphic about it. He was like that. He was like, obviously, he says, I didn't always be I started off intensive care, and when you go through that, you need to get all your blood's done. So and you need to get tested, obviously, for like hepatitis and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he said, but I hated it. So one of my pals did it. He's like, and then he went, excuse my language, but my pal's like, oh, come here, you big poof, I'll do it for you. I'm fucking dying laughing, right? So he's like, so he does it. His pal does it, and then it's like a week later they phoned me back and went, right, the blood tests weren't done properly. So yeah, his pal's made an arse of it. So he's like, right, so I booted his arse for that, and then I had to go to the hospital to get it. And I went in, and he was like, this woman, this nurse that was taking the bloods, he was like, honestly, Mark, she was like straight off the pages of Playboy. And I'm like, yes! And he's like, honestly, one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen in my life. If I wasn't happily married, I'd probably asked her out. So I'm like that. I can't be fainting in front of this beauty. So I'm like, this is fucking class, man. So I'm like that. I didn't give a shit. Like, I was like, I'm kind of lying there going, I forgot about the needle. Did you pump her? Or what's it like?
There's gotta be some fucking big-titted nurse from that.
But then he held the wee thing on, and then I felt, I like the sweat started pissing off me, and bizarrely, I stopped hearing it at one ear. So I was like, I'm going here. I'm fucking going. But because it's so hot outside, I was like, can I use your bathroom? And he was like, you going to be sick? And I went, I might be. It's no wonder. And I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to go outside for fresh air. And he looked at me and went, are you sure? Because you look awful. And I saw myself in the mirror and I was green.
Yeah.
And then, but I needed to get out of there.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I've done that before. Remember, I think I've told it already in the podcast about like someone broke the needle in my arm, and I was done for like I was absolutely fine with all of it, and then for about 2 years I wasn't, right. But I had one about I was sick for something, you know, the usual, me, you know what I mean. A couple of years ago, I remember he goes like, "You all right with needles?" And I'm absolutely fine. And as soon as I could have puked and passed out, I went like, "Nah, I've absolutely no issues." And then I went, "Bleh." And I came back around. He goes, "You all right?" And I was like, "Well, it's too late now, isn't it?"
How many potential heroin addicts do you think have been stopped by people being squeamish about needles? Because that has to go in up the vein.
Yeah, you can smoke it.
Aye, but
It's not the same.
It's not. I never think of heroin as being a.
Yeah, it's only Is
it not crack?
It's intravenous. You can smoke it, I believe. Yes,
Aye.
but yes, it is through the needle.
It'll be better.
Needle,
I imagine. Straight into the bloodstream.
bloodstream, I believe is.
So I wonder how many squeamish, and I wonder if you go over the squeamishness.
Oh, go on, you do it.
Aye. So right, does somebody have to get told a story every time they're injecting heroin?
You want to see last time I was doing big titted woman right out of paper? I don't think so.
Big titty junkie.
Aye. Didn't that squat down by
The sexiest junkie I've ever seen in my life. She had most of her teeth.
Oh, you only see her veins, mate. Most of them aren't even collapsed.
I wonder because there must be squeamish junkies, but they love the heroin, love the H so much,
Bound to be.
love the horse that they.
You know, like when you get to that stage, you know, like Phil Lynott got
Yeah.
to, like where he was injecting it under his ball bag and in between his toes and shit. And you're
Aye,
like,
up the cock.
up the yep,
Because the big
up the jacksie.
you got a big vein.
Aye,
That'd be
yeah.
one of the best veins to go for. But then,
I don't know. I don't feel like if you're injecting your cock with heroin,
I think
it's already over for you.
I think you've gone extreme. Like if you're
Yeah.
injecting your cock,
It'd be fucking funnier if it was the first one you went for.
yeah,
First time.
yeah, straight in the cock for me.
Having a wank first to get yourself right and ready.
I often wonder that about alcoholics, like real alkies. Does hangover stop? Do you just become so immune that, or do you just are you just constantly drinking through a hangover?
I think you're just constantly drinking through a
Aye.
hangover. God, that sounds brutal.
Yeah, you never get a chance to be hungover because
Yeah.
you're constantly pissed. Sounds fucking magic.
Oh no.
What a life!
Oh no, he's throwing something out here about himself. Oh, that'd be great. Just go ham at it. I don't know if I could actually. I don't have the stomach anymore for it.
No,
It's pathetic.
it would be. I think it would be. The problem I have with never being an alky is I only like beer. And I don't think you can really sustain
No.
alcoholism just on beer.
No, I don't think so either.
Because what I like the most about beer is I don't like spirits, and I don't like. I'll have a glass of wine at like Christmas, or if I'm
Glass of
at
wine at
something
Christmas.
and a guy goes, I've got this really nice bottle, and if I've been invited to someone's house and they go, would you like a glass of wine? I'll be like, yeah. If
Yeah,
you're having
sure.
wine, I'll have wine. I'm not like
Stella.
you can Stella. Yeah, that's what I was gonna call.
Do you not have any
You don't.
Stella?
Sorry, I've got a bag. So,
I've got a lovely bottle of New Zealand 2016.
so what I like about beer is you know where you are with beer because
You know where you stand.
a
with
beer you're never gonna get to the level of I've really fucked up last night and I've done stuff that I don't remember doing, but I know I've done really bad shit because. What your body does with beer is eventually your stomach goes, that's enough for me. I literally can't take any more gas. So you fucking carry on, but we're spewing a lot here or we're falling asleep. That's what I like about beer. Whereas spirits, you could pretty like there's no gas in the spirits.
Yeah.
Obviously if you're taking it, but if you're drinking like straight, especially if you're drinking just whiskey all night, then you're not getting any gas in it. So that's when that's why I could never become an alcoholic because
Good old
it would be the gas that would stop me.
I was tanking those, those little whiskey sours, like the Marks and Spencer's little cocktail things.
Oh, there'd be cans.
I was going to a funeral. It was great.
Yeah.
They're fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get all sorts of cocktails.
It was bad
In
though.
mimosa.
There was a lot of time. I went to a funeral and I was half cut, and I was trying not to like. There's parts of it I was like, don't laugh.
It's so
Don't laugh.
disrespectful.
Oh yeah. Well, Kai Humphreys, friend of the podcast, managed to. He was doing the reading for someone, right? And he managed to call the person. He called him. He called him selfish.
Selfish.
He was reading the eulogy, and it was meant to be selfless. And he goes,
"Oh no!"
So Kai was like, "John is a selfish," and everyone. What? And he goes, and he caught himself, and he went, "Selfless."
Oh.
But it's a eulogy, and he was actually said afterwards he didn't want to like backtrack on. A comedian now would make a joke about it or something like that. He's like, he's so hard. He goes, it was against everything in my thing not to laugh about it or save it or whatever, and not just correct yourself.
Is there anything Humphreys doesn't get asked to do? Literally, like, if there is a wedding happening in the northeast, you can guarantee fucking Kyle be the best man. And now he's moved on to fucking eulogies. There is literally nothing that man, his group of pals and as Geordies, there is nothing they won't get Kai to do.
We had a massive fight about, and I was right about ties.
I'm right.
You're not.
Yeah, I'm right.
I wasn't right. I was right.
You're
there
all
too.
scum.
Right.
Sloss, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised at Sloss. So also, Sloss can fuck off. I don't own a shirt and tie. Fuck off.
He's bound to.
Fuck off, Elon Musk. What is this like? Oh, I'm not owning a shirt and tie. Fuck off, you slovenly bastard. You should own a shirt and tie. You should own many shirts and ties.
No.
You're a fucking grown up.
Nah.
Ridiculous.
I had a white one. A white shirt.
Right.
It was rotten, so I couldn't wear it.
The shirt you wore was rotten.
Yeah, I'll get to that. But there was the white shirt, and I didn't wear that. It was rotten. And I bought that only recently for something. I bought that for Waz's wedding.
Yeah.
It was just the undershirt, right? And then I had the only other shirt I had. I didn't have. I used the suit trousers and thing, and then I wore that shirt. But the shirt did.
The shoes were fine.
I did realize. No, I did. It was like that sad grey, not a good grey, a sad grey.
It was like every building in Aberdeen.
Aye. I did. I said like straight away. I was just like, I look like. I said to Sloss and Izzy and Cara and everybody. I was like, I look like a fucking furniture salesman who just got divorced.
Yeah, you look like a bag of shite. The two of you.
You
like
said
fucking scum.
You said that you should you always wear a tie to your funeral, and I was like, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit.
If you have any respect,
if your immediate family, and even their immediate family, half of them did.
If you have any respect for yourself and for the deceased,
well, I didn't.
You wear a tie.
Yeah, but no, and most of the people there weren't. And remember, we even had a bet with Canham, and he didn't.
It's in fucking Newcastle, though.
Yeah,
of course they're not wearing ties. They have one tie for court, and that's it.
My court tie.
I'm surprised at Canham. I thought Canham would turn up in a full three-piece checkered suit, looking like he was going to fucking the Grand National. I thought he'd turn up with a fucking timepiece and shit like that. Kai, I'm not surprised at.
Yeah, Kai just wore a black jumper, like straight, like looked like that.
Aye.
I actually think he was less dressed than me. He was doing a eulogy. I'm not saying. He was less dressed. It looked better because my shirt was awful.
Oh, your shirt was terrible.
So he definitely looked better.
Yeah.
But less dressed
What
up.
I loved about it is you said it looks much better if I put the jacket on, and then you put some bouncer's puffer jacket on. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Excuse me.
Like fucking Peter Andre.
Excuse me, that jacket came from...
Matalan.
No, what do you call the place?
Georgia Asda.
No, Uniqlo.
What?
Uniqlo.
What's Uniqlo?
That big kind of like Japanese kind of shop that's coming up everywhere. There's one in Edinburgh and one in like Glasgow and a big chains. Everybody's going. It was mad for the Uniqlo.
Yeah. You looked awful. You both looked awful.
It's a funeral, like you don't want to be dressed up.
Unbelievable. Sloss kind of bit like fucking Steve Jobs. Fucking ridiculous. Also, when the fuck was the invite to this funeral?
There was no invite. It's a funeral.
Aye, but how did you know it was happening?
Oh, Sloss found out.
I knew he died.
Yeah.
How the fuck? I didn't know there was drinks and I'd have gone if there was drinks and trains. No, I wouldn't have gone. Because that's the other argument we had. If you've not met the person, I don't think you should go to a funeral.
Nah, that's mad. That's mad.
We're
there for support.
I understand when it was more explained to me. I never backed down, but I do understand that yes, you were supporting our friend.
Yes.
Who
lost his father.
Yes.
So you wouldn't be like, yeah, like I never met him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were
So
saying,
yes, I do agree. Yeah, yes, that is. But
okay,
I will never agree on the lack of a tie.
right, okay, well, give us your thoughts.
Yes, yes, please do.
Yeah.
Right, we've tried shutting off. Let's chat some more shit about
Slither. I've never
Slither.
seen this. Definitely never seen this.
Neither
film.
of us have seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen the poster. I've seen the cover because it's quite a very distinctive cover of a girl in a bath and a wee slug thing
Yeah.
climbing up it. This now, I know a lot of people like to watch along with the film. If you have managed to watch this film, then very, very well done, because this is the toughest film. We struggled to find Dogma, but there was a reason for that, and that reason was Harvey Weinstein. For this, for some reason, you cannot get this anywhere in Britain on anything.
Yeah, it's like DVD, and that we
Yeah.
illegal streamed it.
Yeah, I found an illegal stream of it, and I had to send it to him. So if you do want to watch the film, then message me, and I will send you the stream again. But it wasn't on. So I get that it's not on streaming, right? I get there's films that aren't on some of the streaming, even though I've got 5 different streaming things.
Yeah.
I get that we won't be on that. But you then go, all right, I'll just buy it on Amazon. Nope, not even available to purchase on
I tried
Amazon.
that.
All right, I'll buy it on YouTube. Nope, not even available there. You cannot find this fucking film. And I think it's a disgrace because I loved it.
Yeah, did you? I gave it on Letterboxd 2.5 stars out of 5,
I give it 3.
and then
So-
I felt bad,
Uh-huh.
and then I was going to put 3. So this is funny when everyone talks about things. So 3 to me is average. Whereas I always
right.
have this scale, because I go, if someone's 3 out of 5 to me, I go, cool, just went through it, watched
Yeah.
it, was cool. Yeah, grand, enjoyed, I suppose.
Yeah.
I did feel like upgrading it to 3 when I finished it. I went, no, all right, in fairness, it's stupid enough and
Aye.
funny enough.
I've realised this, particularly with Letterboxd, because I looked at other people's, and I think you've given like 2 things 5 stars.
Yeah.
I give quite a lot. I would be a terrible, terrible reviewer, right? First of all, because I think reviewers are pieces of shit. I
Yeah.
think if that's if your job is to review people's work, I think you're a fucking scum, right? And genuinely, I think you're utter. Particularly comedy reviewers, I think you're scum. And I'm friends with 2 of them. I hate every single other one, but I am friends with 2 of them. But I also think you are scum, because I think if the critic. Not even reviewer, right? If your job is critic, if your
Yeah.
entire purpose in life is to criticize someone else's work, you're fucking subhuman pieces of shit.
Yeah.
You are the leeches in this film.
Yeah.
The leeches in this film have more to offer society
Yeah,
than
yeah.
you do as a critic.
Yeah.
Besides the point,
Anyway,
I
let's criticize this film.
yeah Christ, this fuck.
Oh no, what about
The moment of realization there.
Not really.
We
Not really the
we
same.
discuss.
Yeah, it's not really the same. You'd have a.
I've realised I would be a terrible reviewer because I am a man of extremes. I either really love stuff or I really hate stuff. And there are times when I've realised I've gone, and particularly gigs, I like, oh my God, that was the best gig I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
And it's just because I'm on the high of just being at
Yeah,
the gig.
yeah.
And I get it with films. I've given so many films 5 stars on that.
Oh right, okay,
But-
yeah.
I think a lot of them are warranted. Maybe not Speed, but
Yeah, well, I mean, like,
yeah, but I also, if I really don't like something, I will go overly harsh on it. So it's very rare that I'll give something just, that's all right.
yeah, okay, right, yeah. No, it is quite fun. That's why I ask, because a lot of people have different kind of ratings. They're always like, oh, 3, I really enjoyed it, and I'm like, oh, what a minute, 3 to me is like 5.5
Yeah.
out of 10.
I
6
realise
out of
I've
10.
just done that. I've just said but I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
so that's why I was confused. We both, I was all right. We give it basically 3 each.
I found it enjoyable and very, very, very funny. But I realise it's a terrible film.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty bad. I mean, it also it's basically like a zombie film, you know.
Yes, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all, and I preferred it like that. And it is kind of like old school kind of zombie film, right? And I did kind of like that element to it. I love everyone. We were laughing to you because I loved Nathan Fillion. I had no idea until the movie started. I didn't look at the credits or anything.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, you didn't know who he was, but
I liked him. I didn't know who he was.
I like Serenity and Firefly and all that. He's a brilliant anti-hero, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he plays exactly that type of part, but he always does it so fucking well.
Mm-hmm. He's very
I'm
funny.
always surprised he didn't do that well. I know people will be freaking out now. He's in this and he's in that. And he's in Castle and he's in
this.
He's
Canadian.
And is he? Is he Canadian? There you go.
This is one of the things I learned. James Gunn made this in Canada, right? So I'm assuming it's supposed to be set in like Midwest America.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like one of those Midwest towns. Aye.
Her accent.
But it's filmed in Canada because it's so much cheaper. But what I didn't know was that if you film something in Canada, the kind of kickback from you being able to get the tax breaks and it being a lot cheaper is you have to have a certain percentage of the cast. It's Canadian.
I see.
I know this. So that can include, like, so you could either pitch up with a load of stars as Canadians, or all the extras are Canadians.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a deal that the Canadian Film Authority have.
It's obviously the first of the Michael Rooker James Gunn combos.
Yeah, I didn't realise how much they've made together. Yeah. Suicide Squad, all the Guardians.
Yeah. That was funny when I saw that, because that's when you said it last week. You're like, Michael Rooker's in it? I went, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was great in it.
He's great in it.
He's always great. But
he's really good at it.
He's funny. It's funny. It's another one of those ones where he's definitely a better actor than everyone else.
Yeah.
Even though he's got the stupidest part.
Yeah. What I liked about Nathan Fillion is he plays a hero, but
wanker.
Yeah, but there's no actual heroics about it.
Nah.
He pretty much spends the entire film going, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Because this is, I would say, in top 10 of the most fucked up films I have ever seen in my life. Some of the shit that happens in this film.
I think there was such a charm to it. That the graphics are so bad. If the graphics were really good, you would take it a little bit more serious, and then you'd be like, you'd be criticizing it a bit more. But when it's so fucking stupid and over the top looking, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And it has got that old, like, kind of grindhousey feel to it sometimes.
It does. It's kind of a zombie and an alien film.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
It starts off as an alien film.
Species slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a meteor crashes in the woods outside this small American town, and then Rooker, who first of all, his name is Grant, which is amazing.
Grant.
Because I thought is his name. So initially I thought his second name was Grant, and they were just calling him like that. And then when his wife started calling him Grant, I was like, why the fuck is she calling it? And then I found it's Grant.
Grant squared.
He seems to be like the richest man in town or some shit.
Because right, I was glad. The one thing I wrote was, I wrote one note on this.
I've got quite a lot. Most of the stuff I've got are lines I found very funny.
Yeah, because there has been some belter lines. Good that you've done this right.
Yeah.
The first part was, and then they immediately, when I called it and wrote it, they actually called it in the film, where I was like, Michael Rooker and Elizabeth Banks are a couple.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck me. You know, it's kind of like watching, we're pairing up Rip Torn and Mila Kunis. You're like, what? You know.
But that's why I think he's a big man about town.
Yeah.
Because he seems to be known by everybody. But also, he's clearly been in his 30s when she was in high school.
Yeah.
So as she's left high school, because she's literally the only good-looking person in the whole town.
Yeah.
Like, she's the only female catch in the whole... I mean, when you see the dance, every single person's brutal.
Yeah.
Right? And the other... And then you find out that Rooker's obviously... Because you kind of get this sense that Rooker was shagging everybody in the town.
Yeah.
Because later on, when he's at the... Because Elizabeth... It starts off very quickly where he tries to pump Elizabeth Banks as his wife. And she's not having any of it. And it's quite weird, actually.
That's so bizarre.
Because she's like, I don't have a switch that just turns me on. He was like, yeah, you do. And flicks her nipple. The fuck?
That's great. He was like, oh, you don't? Just flick. As the titty vibrates, And slowly, the nipple vibrating slowly. He's like, no, that didn't work. Well, I'm all out of ideas then.
So then he gets out of bed, raging, and just says, I'm going to walk, and then just goes to get steaming in a karaoke bar.
Oh, yeah. She goes, just go finish yourself off.
Yeah, but he's so furious that his wife not pumping him.
Yeah, she's so raging that he goes out to a bar.
And then he gets approached by a younger woman, and then it turns out that he's used to go out with her bigger sister, and she's like, oh, I've always had a thing for you. And he was like, you were only 10? And she goes, yeah, but I was game. And you're like, what the fuck? What's Rooker been doing in this small town? But rather than going, that's disgusting, he just goes,
oh my god, it's so fucked.
And then they go to the woods
to shag,
to pump. But to be fair to Rooker, he says, no, I've got a wife. Because he's obviously, I think Rooker's smart, but he's going, I've got the only good-looking woman in town. I'm not going to rock the boat here.
Yeah.
And then while they're there, they come across this, like, pulsating white sack of goo that just fires a dart into his fucking chest.
It's so stupid looking. Everything's so stupid. Yeah, it buries into him. That was freaky in fairness. But.
Yeah. And from that, he becomes this bizarre octopus worm.
He starts just slowly falling apart.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and grows tentacles come out of his chest. One thing I noticed, right? He goes back, right? So in the morning, he's stayed out all night, right? She wakes up in the morning, finds out his car's back, but he's not in the bed, comes downstairs, he's cutting about, he's now possessed by the alien.
Yeah.
And he is
game.
Yeah, she's like, I'm really sorry about that, and starts coming on to him. Then they pump, right? And she is like boasting about it to her co-worker later on that afternoon.
Are you smiling at?
Aye. Like, oh my god, it's the best.
Seen a real change in Grand.
Real change in Grand. But it's clearly the best sex she's had in years.
Yeah, she's buzzing.
Do you reckon? Because later on you find out that he can grow tentacles.
You ain't getting the tentacle one up?
I think he's pumped out with a tentacle.
We tentacle out the cock.
I think he's been double dipping the tentacle.
Got an extra 2 inches there. Yeah, because this is quite slimy.
Yeah.
Feels like you're going down on me, if anything. But your mouth's up here. I'm kind of confused.
She went from the driest she's been to the slipperiest in seconds because he's slimy tentacle.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's pumped an alien.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wonder if I wonder where he came. Because if he's blowing his muck up, I wonder, it's bound to be tainted.
Well, you would think so.
You would think.
You'd think. But then the alien goes straight for the brain. I don't think because the alien already knows.
It did that stupid Romeo Must Die terrible thing.
Oh, Jesus.
You know,
that was unnecessary. Yeah. As we see later on, the alien has a way to impregnate someone, and it's not through the cock. It's through those big tentacles that just basically pump slugs into someone. Like,
pumping slugs.
It's fucking disgusting.
Do you know what one of my favourite parts of the film, before we get into the pregnant woman, right, was it's so funny when Michael Rooker's kind of half there, but also parasited all up the shit. And he comes back, and it's before the tentacles, but you know he's all.
I know exactly what.
His head's all mangled, and he's like, "What happened?" He goes, "Oh, honey, it's just a bee sting."
It's just a bee sting.
I was fucking in tears. I was like, "It's just a bee sting."
His head's completely misshapen.
Fucking.
He's got boils coming out of one side. It's just a bee sting.
Right, it's just like paint the picture.
Oh God!
Marie Weston opens the door to her husband Simon Weston. What happened? It's just a bee sting. And like, it just fucking doesn't look like a bee sting. How big was this bee? 25 foot bee.
It's like Jackie Kennedy going, "It's just a bee sting."
Fucking bee went clean through his head.
That is one of the lines I had.
Oh, the bee! It's just a bee sting. I fucking died at that.
It's just a bee sting.
Because this film is like it's nonsense. I don't actually. You know what? I enjoyed it. It's crap, and I also don't want to rag on it because I don't want to rag on it
because I think he knows exactly what type of film
exactly.
he's making, so
and I feel like and for that it's like I just I think I know better versions of this type of thing.
Yeah,
but James Gunn is really funny.
Yeah,
he always has.
Oh,
been,
very
right?
funny.
He's a very funny dude.
Some of the like that I had that line is just a bee sting. The other funny line, most of the funny lines are the mayor, who I love. I'll talk about the mayor in a minute, right? But I like the fun that Nathan Fillion's got some really funny stuff when he says at the end when they're all all them bodies are basically this Michael Rooker by this point has just become a big fat mass of humans, and humans that have now been infected just attach and then seep into his body and just become part of him as well.
But osmosis.
Yeah. When they first see that, and Nathan Fillion goes, "Well, that's some pretty fucked up shit." That's like,
yeah, that's great.
The other funny line that wasn't the mayor's was when they there's a scene where because he keeps wanting meat. Right, so initially, this alien wants meat. So to satisfy the meat, first of all, he empties all the meat in his fridge. Then he goes to the butcher and buys like 12 sirloins, and then just starts killing every animal in the place and massacring them in his basement. Right?
Oh, that was pretty fucked. Yeah, when she finds it,
dogs, sheep, everything. And there's a bit where there's a fucking cow in a field, and they've put like the cow out there as like bait. And all the cops are waiting for him, and he appears like a big slug.
Yes, so funny.
And starts shimmying towards him, and he's got fucking tentacles coming from everywhere, coming from his head, all sorts of shit. And one of the old men, an old guy who's still on the police force, goes, I need to get the exact line. He looks like something that fell off my dick during the war.
I didn't clock that for some reason.
Oh, I was howling laughing at that line.
They did that stupid fucking thing, like not like like Resident Evil kind of when he just whips the guy in half.
That was amazing.
The Bart here, he tries to smile a bit.
It's so funny. Whips him in half.
She's still trying to chat to him, like, it's
my
okay,
God.
Grant, you're just sick. You're just sick. I was like, what the fuck are you going to get back? The cuffs won't even fit him. That was funny. Guys, like, the cuffs are not going to fit him.
There's just so many funny things. The mayor says it's probably just Lyme's disease.
Lyme's disease. Isn't Lyme's disease not just... That's a tick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
and you
tick
just,
in the water,
like fucking Avril Lavigne got it.
Yeah.
Or is it? Or is she Crohn's, maybe?
I
think she's Lyme's.
You don't catch Crohn's from insects.
Bit of a bad case of the Crohn's.
The mayor, because I recognise the mayor from something.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of James Gunn stuff as well. He's in Suicide Squad and Guardians as well, but I don't recognise him as anything. The place I knew him from is, have you ever seen the Mel Gibson film Payback?
No, I'm thinking of Ransom now.
It's brilliant. It's a remake of like a James Coburn film.
Okay.
And it's proper old school 70s type film. And he plays Mel Gibson's partner in crime that betrays him.
Okay, right.
It's a fucking great film.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he plays, but in this, he's so like he's just a pisshead who's the mayor.
Oh, jeez, I remember
pissed all the time.
He starts screaming at the car.
The introduction is because that's the first line in the film.
Yeah.
Basically pulls up and goes, "Move out of the way, cocksucker!" And then someone goes, "Hey, mayor."
He's like,
These other two lines. The other two lines that he had was when they start talking. What is it? I can't even remember what they're talking about. They're talking about something like, it's when the girl in the bath who's been attached to one of the aliens and then gets not flashbacks, but like visions of other planets that this aliens has destroyed, and then she realizes that that it's one mind. It's all one mind, and like Michael Rooker's like the queen almost, and they're all a cell, but they all share this one mind,
Consciousness.
one consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then he
fucking
goes,
thing copies it.
he
Rick
goes-
and Morty. I've noticed a lot of things copied this movie, by the way. Rick
Aye.
and Morty did. The substance is quite similar looking at the end and
But
stuff.
this
like.
film also copies a shitload of films.
Oh, I'd say so.
I mean, the fly. He looks like he looks like Brundle Fly at the start, and I think James Gunn even says himself he took a lot of. There's an element of The Thing in this as well.
Yeah.
He said so when she's talking about how there's this one consciousness and all this kind of stuff. He goes, "If I weren't about to shit my pants, I'd be fascinated."
It's probably good sarcasm.
And then the other one. When he starts talking about it, he's like that. Tell you what, this after he said it's been the Lyme's disease, and they see the fucking they see Michael Rooker as the big slug. They go, tell you what this is. What is it? Germ warfare. He's like, fucking government trying their eco bombs on us. He's like, and then he says to the other policewoman, he goes, "You can sue right alongside me. I don't even care if you're a lesbo. You don't deserve this shit."
yeah. Do you know he reminds me of that mayor, the Canadian one? Was it Tom Ford or that?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like he would be. Is it Tom Ford? Either way, the crack smoking dude.
There's a bit when he's
Hunter Biden.
pissed because they're having this big massive festival. It's basically a festival so you can hunt deer. And then he opens it with a speech, but he's already wrecked. And then a band come on, and he's standing on the stage, utterly pissed, and he starts playing the drums and the double bass like he's fucking wrecked. I loved him.
Yeah, he was
excellent.
I always appreciate a film, by the way, that kills the kids.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
When they all start crawling in the house. I mean, the graphics were awful, but the rest of it was pretty good. Like
the kids are creepy.
Like the fucking like the girl in the bath.
Yeah.
That was another one. You know when they covered their mouths and they all covered them.
Yeah.
You know, but I was like, I'd be sitting there like, they're going up his ass. That's all I was thinking.
I don't think they can. I think the aliens can only attach via the mouth. Because why wouldn't they just go up? Why wouldn't they just go up his ass? Or why wouldn't they just go up?
I thought they were going to go up her gooter.
I think that's intended.
Yeah, and then she wakes up. Anyway, she kills that fucking thing with like a hair. Was it like a hair
straighteners?
Yeah. And then she comes out, and her ma just comes out and just pukes in her face.
Yeah.
And dies. And then she walks in, and she can't get into the bedroom. And then she gets in. The two kids are fucking all mangled. And I went, "Thank you.
Yeah.
Good."
Yeah. The kids,
which is exactly what would happen.
It was going to be worse. And
then they had the kids, and then the kids were freaky when they were parasites.
The kids
they
were really
were
good.
excellent.
The kids were excellent. Right, so in the trivia, I'll just give you all the trivia stuff just now because some of them are great. Two of them have made me fucking howl laughing.
Great.
So James Gunn had originally scripted the infection of the two little girls to appear partially on screen, but he decided against showing it. Gunn explained, "It was one of those things the producers really didn't want me to show, especially in Europe. They're very touchy about children being killed. I'm really glad I didn't do it, because the experience of these worms entering people's mouths is obviously quite sexual in certain ways. To do it with a child would have been too much." But there is because you can't tell, they look like spunk.
Yeah.
Because the her in the bath is obviously it's like an homage to the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Where his glove appears, and because the bath's even the bath water's the same color, and but
on the blob.
It looks like spunk swimming up to her.
Yeah.
They all look like jizz. So that's the sexualness of it is.
Yeah. So you're like, leave the kids out of it.
Yeah. The other trivia is, and this is where James Gunn says he did not steal a lot, but there's a lot of tributes to stuff. So, and I quite like this kind of shit. I know I always contradict myself by going, I hate this referencing and geeky stuff unless I get it, and then it's fine. If I don't get it, I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Trying to be smarter than me. The name of the high school is Earl Bassett High. Do you know who Earl Bassett is?
No.
He's Fred Ward's character in Tremors.
I love that.
Yeah.
Great.
The mayor is called Jack McCready, who is named after Kurt Russell's characters in Big Trouble in Little China and The Thing.
Nice.
So I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. The other two, I don't know why this is in IMDb's trivia. The barn where they find the big fat woman is on a property owned by the Buddhist monks who love the Matrix. That's the whole fact.
Why is that? Why is that anything to
Don't
do?
know.
He loved the Matrix.
I don't know. But this one made me
A couple
laugh.
of bend the spoons.
This one made me laugh a lot. Michael Rooker accidentally broke his glasses off camera while doing kung fu kicks by himself.
I fucking love Michael Rooker.
Can't imagine him. Dude's attempting to do spin kicks.
Like, there's no need for a spin kick in any part of this film, so that was just him doing his hobbies.
I think there's nothing funnier than anyone doing kung fu themselves.
Oh, it's so funny. Shadowboxing or kung fu out the back. That's so good. We had that woman in the barn. That was funny.
So the 10-year-old, the previous 10-year-old, the little sister of the one that he went out with, she's proper trailer trash. And he turns up because he obviously needs a vessel. The alien needs a vessel to host all the leeches.
Yeah.
So he goes to her house. I'm assuming that's her kid. Is that her baby or is she babysitting?
I don't know.
Whatever she does, she gives the kid a fucking tomato to tease on, which I found bizarre.
Yeah, just burst it.
And then they start going to pump. And that's when he unleashes these two massive tentacles from his stomach.
Yeah.
From his chest.
Yeah.
They fire right into her and just start pumping leeches into her. So you're like, right, she's now impregnated with the alien. And I thought, well, she's going to give, because I knew everything about leeches. I'm so glad I didn't know about what she turns into, because the sheer surprise of what she ends up being is incredible.
So funny.
It's a barn. He takes her to a barn. Initially, she's just chained up in a barn, and he's bringing her various different livestock to eat.
Yeah.
Because she's desperate for meat.
Just from a bit of that possum. That's one of the lines.
And then the next time we see her, the police break into the barn, and she is now just a huge fat blob.
Yeah, just a literal
with a
blob.
Face.
Just a blob of a face. It's very funny. I don't even know how the skin stretches, but
it's incredible. To see it is, and she goes, I think there's something wrong with me.
a bee sting.
But the size of her, she's like,
most of the fucking barn is her.
Remember the big, massive, fat person in Blade?
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but even bigger.
Yeah, even bigger. Yeah.
And then it's
like that blob thing. Billy's going to get you.
Yes. And how is it she then? Did they do something to her?
No, she just starts slowly getting bigger.
Aye, and then bursts.
And then she starts going, oh! And then it's like cracks come up on her.
Cracks appear on her
burst
side.
into a load of fucking...
She bursts, and then that's when thousands and thousands of leeches just pour out of her. It's mental.
Yeah.
Utterly fucking mental.
And they all just start... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, they start fucking up like deers and stuff.
Yeah. The leeches just crawl along the ground, finding anyone's mouth to go in. And they infect the entire town, apart from Nathan Fillion, Elizabeth Banks, the mayor, and the girl in the bathtub.
The mayor gets eaten.
They eventually get the mayor. And the mayor...
That's horrible when he eats the arm.
Yeah, the mayor is trying desperately not to give in to his lust for human flesh. But then he does. And then when he comes back in, and he's already started to become like a bee sting, and he goes to Nathan Fillion, kill me. He doesn't even hesitate. He just blows his head off immediately.
So fucking funny. Kill me. And he just walks on as if nothing's happened. That was great. I laughed at the front running around with the grenade too.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
And kept getting smacked and then
and then
out.
just went the pool.
That was very funny when I think about it. He rolls into the pool and it explodes and he's lying face down looking at the pool like.
It was very, very, very funny. The only other, what else did I have? The only other thing I was going to talk about was, see when I didn't know they start. See, there's always too much stuff that they do, because that, like, first of all, that he's like the big slug person First of all, it's just an alien shooting darts. Then it's a big slug person with tentacles. Then it's hunters of leeches. Then they start being able to spit acid.
Aye, well,
Is that an alien thing?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
must be a
Yeah,
a
there
wee
must
nod
be,
to Alien.
Yeah, they're all burning. Someone was like, it burns.
I've had mornings like that. You know, like that, like, and then you can, like, the colour of that spit.
Oh, no.
I've had mornings like that where you just go
Burning through the sink. Oh.
Oh, God.
Good
laughing so much at it. Even the end when they put on, like, it's like fucking Chicago or something.
Yeah,
this incredible love story, this incredible love song, and she comes in to find Michael Rooker now with like about fucking 42 teeth. His face all stretched. He's just a big blob. There's about 4 other heads sticking out of bits of his body talking to her as well. And she tries to seduce him. And then stabs him.
You can't be. It's just, you can't expect me, to get used to some of these changes. Like what? Fucking big blob in the sitting room. You like it when I call you Grant, don't you? His mouth's like that, isn't it? You like it when I call you Grant. Then just goes fucking
changes as if the guy's become a diabetic. He's got fucking people morphing into him. I'm gonna have to take it slow with these changes.
Yeah, at this stage you have 46 cocks. And most of them are inside you.
Some of these changes, you're taking up the whole room.
you're actually, half of you are getting joined on outside the room. Fucking, he fucking absolutely pings her across the room too with the tentacle.
What I've always thought, see at the end when it's just the 3 of them. So the young girl, Elizabeth Banks and Nathan Fillion, come out, and there's just, by this point they basically attach one of the tentacles to a gas tank and just film Michael Rooker with gas and then set him alight.
They shoot him.
They shoot him and he blows up, yeah. And then that, because he's the hive mind, that kills all of them. And then they come out to just the entire town, all dead, just lying dead. And I've always thought in these kind of films, like, what does the next day look like? Like, genuinely, what is there a clean-up team that just come in? I think that would make a great film.
Clean up.
I was thinking about this, being the people that come in after some massive alien attack and just have to deal with the repercussions afterwards. Just
dead children on the back of the.
I just wonder, like, what the fuck is the next day? How do they explain an entire town is dead?
Yeah.
How? And only 3 of them are left. Oh.
Good film though.
Yeah. It's a love story.
For the ages.
It is, because it's like, even at the end, even when all of them are speaking to her, he's the only one that he refuses to kill her the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's all, so it just, it's just a fucked up.
It was really fucked up. It was funny.
You were gonna say, because I didn't know who Elizabeth Banks was, but you said she used to share stuff that you did.
Oh yeah, she used to share. She shared one of my YouTube videos. She shared a YouTube video, but she was actually the old YouTube channel that try facts videos. She used to share them. It was always her, Nicki Minaj, and someone else that used
Nicki Minaj used to share your shit. Fuck off.
It was Nicki Minaj, Elizabeth Banks, and there's someone else around Elizabeth Banks' type of thing that used to always just be sharing them.
Right, I get her. There is Nicki Minaj.
Aye, one or two of them.
Massive arse.
One or
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, one or two of them were. You see, were on MTV.
Oh, I see.
They kept getting shared on MTV. A certain one or two of them.
Ah,
yeah, so then it went from there. That's how that happened. It's so bizarre.
Because
you didn't really know Elizabeth Banks.
I didn't know.
We were chatting just.
I recognised her, but I didn't know how I recognised her.
I was like, she knows. Yeah, it was like she made Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, but she's in 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's what I recognise her from. I was gonna, because obviously it's so weird now that, like, James Gunn is now making arguably the biggest film of the year in the Superman film.
Yeah.
And then I totally forgot about James Gunn being cancelled in his tweets.
Yeah, he was, and he kind of wasn't. They were.
And
Like,
that's why Marvel and Disney, well, it was mostly Disney, got rid of him.
Yeah.
I tried to find the tweets. So in July 2018, a series of controversial tweets from Gunn, 52, on sensitive matters such as sexual assault, AIDS, paedophilia, and the Holocaust were unearthed. He's basically doing your set.
Yeah.
In 2009, Gunn had tweeted about how much he enjoyed when little boys touch me in a silly place.
I mean, he's fucked there, isn't he?
Another tweet from that year mocked rape victims. The best thing about being raped is when you're done being raped, and it's like, woo, this feels great not being raped.
Jesus Christ. My God.
I'm trying to find the ones about the Holocaust. Why can't I find them? Right, James Gunn Holocaust.
That's funny if you said 2009, because that was after this film.
It was.
He was already making big enough films, like.
He joked about the Holocaust and 9/11. Fuck, he's done everything. He's done the full gamut.
Yeah. They kind of they put him in the cancel type of thing, but they also kind of let him away. He got a job.
Oh,
straight
here
away.
it is.
DC must have been like, what a fucking pickup this is going to be.
Do you know what? This isn't actually that bad a joke. Laughter is the best medicine. That's why I laugh at people with AIDS.
All right, I laughed.
I need to find the Holocaust one now.
That's why I laugh at people with AIDS.
Damn it! Why can't I find it? It doesn't give you the actual bloody tweet. I wanted to find his 9/11 one as well, but they're not actually giving the tweets, and I'm assumed they have now been
scrubbed.
Yeah,
that's a shame. But yeah.
Oh, wait a minute! I found quite a lot of them. Of course, the Daily Mail has just.
Oh, they're ready to go.
Nearly 24 tweets were unearthed from his Twitter feed in July. The Expendables was so manly. I fucked the shit out of the little pansy boy next to me. The boys are back in town.
Jesus Christ.
Wondering which Disneyland character would be the worst to get raped by. I think it's Goofy, but Sleepy would suck too.
He's got. Some of these are just outrageous. I mean, like.
I'm doing a big Hollywood film adaptation of The Giving Tree with a happy ending. The tree goes back and gives a kid a blowjob.
Jesus Christ. There's too much rape and kid stuff.
That's a lot.
I mean, I reckon he's probably vindicated in some ways here. The fact that he's not even a comedian or whatever, and he's doing Marvel. He's doing. Of course, Disney have to get rid of him. The guy's doing nothing but child rape.
Do you know what?
Jokes.
The majority of these are all about rape. This is a bizarre. I burnt my tongue on an enchilada. Fucking Mexicans.
I can see why Disney were like, maybe not.
Oh, right. There's a huge amount of them that are about. I can't find the Holocaust and the 9/11 ones. But yeah, he did. Looking at that, I was on the side of, everyone's made a joke. But I didn't read all of them. But there was about 15 there, and they were all about rape. So
yeah, you're kind of like, at one stage you're like, we better.
This
is Disney. A lot of child rape here.
Ixnay on the rape nay.
Yeah. You're making movies for kids, and all of this.
Yeah. Right. But that was a lot more. I'm glad I found it, because I was saying to Ryan, my initial plan, if I couldn't find it, was we were going to watch. There's about 15 clips of the film on YouTube. And we were going to watch all 15 and try and piece together the film from that and try and, like...
Read terribly.
Yeah, basically guess at what happened in between each scene to lead to the next fucked up scene. I don't know how we'd have got on. Would have rewritten a film, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sliver my timbers.
Genuinely, if anyone wants to see it, please message me on any of the social media stuff and I will send you the link that I sent Cullen. because it's worthwhile watching.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
good.
funny. Right, next week.
Oh, next week's going to be good. Next week, I had this one. I've actually forgot the DVD, but I do have it because I kept it in the old chamber for about 2 months now. For the week that's in it, another sequel, where John Woo in it. John Woo sequel, Mission Impossible 2.
We're doing Mission Impossible 2. Excellent stuff. Lovely stuff.
I'm going to Dead Reckoning tomorrow.
Apparently it's dog shit.
I've heard people say that it's not great. Yeah, I'm going to be controversial.
I think
Say the
it'll be
last
alright.
one was okay, only too.
It was okay.
The people who were like, "This is the best," and I'm like, "Fallout's so much
Fallout's
better. Miles better."
Fallout was the absolute peak.
And the one before that was even better than the last one. But anyway, I'll still be going. I'll be
Mission
excited.
Impossible 2 is a great choice. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Cool.
we got John Woo, my favorite.
Woo and Dougray Scott as the villain.
Yes.
And Thandie Newton. Is it Thandie Newton? Is it?
I think it is.
Who's the love interest?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I can't barely. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
And Metallica as a soundtrack.
Oh, John Woo. John Woo's the king. You know.
Excellent stuff.
It's only. It really is. I will say that it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the Mission. He really does make a Mission Impossible with his own taste on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like this one, I think he's fighting, like doing karate on motorbikes as usual.
Yeah,
he loves his
yeah.
motorbikes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I'm all in. And then it just changes back to
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Aye.
You know,
It's not like a Mission Impossible film at all.
But we're going for Mission Impossible 2.
Excellent stuff. Right. Thank you for listening. As always, share it about with anyone you might want to know. You can join up with the Patreon. The Patreon this week, I'm going to admit, won't be as good as last week's because
you can fucking cunt you all
last week was a fucking all-timer.
Yeah, you had all the great fun in that.
I think we're just going to be us answering questions.
There is
stuff.
there is a couple of good questions.
So you can join that where you won't have to listen to adverts and you'll get the episode earlier, and you just get to support us and keep the stuff going, and you get special episodes that you can watch. There's shitloads of them now that you can go back and listen to or watch. I am going to be announcing very soon all the final dates of my tour, which is taking ages to all settle up, but I'm going to be coming out with a massive poster, and then I'm going to be annoying as fuck about promoting it.
It's the only way. I hate the fact that it's the only thing we can do now is be annoying.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing else you can do now.
Neither of us like it.
Yeah.
Neither of us endorse it, but I'm afraid it is a necessary evil
Or we will die.
if we want to keep doing this job.
yes.
Because for some reason, writing jokes and being funny just isn't enough anymore. We have to be a constant fucking wart on the arsehole of the internet.
Yeah.
Annoying the fuck out of people every single day with every single thing we do, and we have to constantly be in your fucking
I'm a
feed.
fucking editor now.
Yeah.
I was never an editor. There's never one thing I did not want to do is actually work.
Neither of us ever wanted to edit. Neither of us ever wanted to do PR.
Nightmare.
Yeah, neither of us ever wanted to be promoters. We didn't want to fucking have to check tickets every single day to see if we can afford to eat this Christmas.
Hey. So
anyway,
so fuck you.
So
no, not you.
No, not you. God,
yeah,
not
so
definitely,
fuck you.
definitely not you people. No,
fuck
you're
each and every one of you.
You're the good folk. It's everyone else. Where are you this weekend?
Manchester.
Oh,
Frog and Bucket.
Frog and Bucket. There you go. There'll be hundreds of cunts. There'll be hundreds of cuts in Manchester. I'm in London at the Comedy Store. So
Ooh,
if you fancy
big
coming
juicy.
down, very good, very very good lineup. Jeff Innocent, Larry Dean are on.
Oh Christ.
Sally Ann Hayward.
Oh my God.
It's a good one.
That's a fucking unbelievable lineup.
It is a good lineup. Who have you got?
I don't know who it is. Actually, I think I've got Mike Wozniak and me.
That would be good. Mike Wozniak or Simon Wozniak?
Oh, I don't know which one's which.
I don't think it'll be Mike.
Simon.
Yeah.
Which one's the guy in Taskmaster?
That's Mike.
Yeah, Simon then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Simon's good.
Yeah.
So
if you get a chance and you're about, come and see us live and chat to us afterwards. Apart from that, Patreon people, hang on and watch whatever we get up to in the next episode.
I'll tell you what I did in the Discord this morning. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, and the rest of you, enjoy the weather, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.